Okay, so today's video is going to be a tag video, as you guys can tell from the title above. Today's tag is going to be called My First Time. And honestly guys, when I saw this video going around here on YouTube, I thought it was something completely different than what it really was, but it's not, thankfully. It's just a whole bunch of like random questions asking you about like your first time, about like a whole bunch of like different things. And it seemed really interesting, and I love filming tag videos, so I was like, hey, I'm gonna jump on the bandwagon and film this tag for you guys, because I love filming tag videos because it's a way that you guys can kind of get to know, the person behind the camera and on a whole different level, because all you guys really know is that I love beauty, related stuff. And yeah, so I just wanted to film this video because it's just asking like a whole bunch of like random questions, and you guys just kind of get to know me on a whole different level, basically. So just a whole bunch of like random questions. Like I said, I just went on other people's like YouTube videos and just copied some questions from their first time videos, and yeah. So there are some like beauty related questions, and there are just some like random ones like from like childhood and stuff. So I tag everyone who is watching this. Please feel free to just post your guys' video response down below in the description box. But yeah, let's just get right into this video. So I have all the questions on my phone, so let me just get right into them. So there's like a whole bunch of questions. I have them in my notes, and yeah, so let's get started because there's a whole bunch. So the first question is, first alcoholic drink. So my first alcoholic drink was when I turned 21. I didn't drink before the age of 21. I just wasn't like a big partier or anything like that. So yeah, my first drink was when I was 21. I'm really proud to say that because a lot of people, drink before they turn 21. I don't exactly know the name exactly. I had my first drink at Claim Jumpers when I went to dinner with my family, and I just know it was like sweet tea, and it was kind of minty, and I didn't really like it. I love sweet tea, but I don't really like mint, so I don't know why I got it, but they didn't really have a good alcoholic beverage menu to begin with. But the cool thing about it was that actually like some random, couple eating there, they actually bought me and my sister our first drink since we turned 21. I guess they heard like the waiter talking to us, and they bought us our drink. It wasn't really good. I don't exactly remember the name, so I guess that's kind of, telling you something, but that was my first alcoholic drink. Second question is first job. My first job was helping out my neighbor with his graphic design company. Basically, I was like on the assembly line. It just helps like, put like kits and stuff together. But yeah, it was a fun job. I did it like for the summer, a little bit over the summer, and whenever he really needed me. So that was my first job. The next question is first ride on an airplane. I'm pretty sure my first ride on an airplane was when I went to Anaheim for Disneyland, because whenever I was younger, my family and I would always make like a yearly trip to Disneyland. It was either like in the summertime or the Christmas time, and I think maybe sometimes both. It was like our yearly, family vacation, so I'm pretty sure it was the Bay Area all the way to Anaheim, and that was my first ride on an airplane. The next question is first best friend and do you still talk? My first best friend, her name is Ashley. What a coincidence, same as mine. And yes, we do still talk. I met her when I was in first grade, so we've been friends ever since first grade, and I cherish our friendship. And she lives in another city now. It's like maybe 45 minutes away from me, but we still talk, we keep in touch, and yeah, so I'm really glad about that. The next question is first sleepover. I'm pretty sure it was either at my house or my best friend Ashley's house, because when I was younger I would always have sleepovers. Basically did, what girls do, paint their nails, makeovers, sing, be crazy, eat a whole, like, a lot of junk food, prank calls, all of that stuff, play hide and seek, play a whole bunch of games, just, what girls do at sleepovers and have a good time. But I miss sleepovers. I loved having them like every single like weekend when I was a kid. Next question is first concert. I'm pretty sure my first concert was a Britney Spears concert. It was the album with I'm a Slave for You when it came out. I was like obsessed with Britney Spears. I loved her. I'm not a huge fan of her anymore. I think she kind of like changed a little bit, but I loved her, when she first came out and stuff. My first concert was Britney Spears, and I believe I saw it in Oakland, and my dad took me, so that was a pretty awesome experience. I can say that I saw Britney Spears. First foreign country. I've never, traveled out of the country. I really wish I could say I have, but I haven't. I've only been to, of course, California, because I lived there my whole entire life, Colorado, Idaho, Utah, Arizona, Florida, and Hawaii. Those are the only states I've been to. Not really too exciting states. I mean, I love Hawaii. It was absolutely amazing. But I haven't been out of the country. I really wish I could, but someday I will. Next question is first movie. Honestly, I don't even remember what my first movie was. I don't even know if I asked my parents if they would remember. But I'm pretty sure it was probably like something Disney related because I was obsessed with Disney and I still am at 22 years old. But probably was maybe like a Disney movie. I mean, I know when I was younger I was obsessed with like American action movies, but I know for sure they were not my first like movie I've seen. But I don't know. I'll maybe ask my parents and maybe I'll list it somewhere around here. But I'm pretty sure it was a Disney related movie or some like random like kid movie on like the TV or something. First detention. Honestly, I don't think I've ever been in detention because I would remember. But in school, I was just I kept to myself. I, went to class like to get my work done and didn't really like talk to anyone. I was kind of like I guess just focused on my schoolwork and stuff just to get it done, And I mean, it's sometimes mostly in my class, like through high school and stuff, I didn't really have my like really close friends in my class. Sometimes I did and I would talk to them. But I just kind of was there just to, complete my schoolwork and just to get my work done. And I was kind of like a goody-goody, I guess, in school. I got decent grades and I never really did anything bad to deserve detention. So I don't think I ever went in detention because I don't remember and I'm pretty sure I would. First roommate. I've never had a roommate. I live with my mom and my sister. Soon I will be moving out and living with my dad, just temporary since my mom is moving to Oregon. Since I am moving and my mom's going to Oregon, I'm staying here with my dad, and I'm going to move with my dad and my grandma for like a few months, and then after I will have my first roommate, which will be Robbie. I'm either moving in with just my boyfriend, or I'll be moving in with my sister, my boyfriend, and my sister's boyfriend. So they will be my first roommates. The next question is first kiss. Got a story for you guys. My first kiss was when I was 16 years old. It was actually on my 16th birthday, and I was dating this guy. It was like a long distance relationship. I met him from my sister's boyfriend, and the reason how my sister knew that guy was because we went to school with this girl since elementary school. She moved out to Monterey, and she like got us in touch and like hooked us up with these guys or whatever. But anyways, so I was dating this guy and I probably only dated him for maybe 2 or so months. And probably not even 2 months. And this was like maybe the second or third time we actually saw each other in person since it was like a long distance relationship. And then he came over to my house, my family was over, we were like hanging out in my room, actually in this room, and just sitting on my bed or whatever, talking and stuff. And then I knew that he was going to kiss me because we haven't had our first kiss yet, but I didn't think like our first actual kiss, like he would like put his tongue in my mouth and all that. It wasn't nice. It wasn't good at all. It was definitely a kiss that I remember, but I kind of want to forget because it wasn't good. Like, we were just sitting on my bed, and he just kind of went into my face, and at first it was okay, because it was just kind of like a peck, and then he just, like, stuck his tongue in my mouth, which was not okay. I don't know, it just didn't really feel right, and, I mean, I did date him for, like, a year and a half. He was my first love, which I'll get into later, but the kiss was just not really good, and I just don't, I mean, I like it when you, like, take your time. Like, at least, like, give me a peck first, and then, work your way into it. Like, it was our first time actually kissing, and I didn't see him, like, every single day since it was kind of like a long-distance relationship, but it wasn't good. Like, don't, like, stick your tongue down a girl's throat. It's not right. Next question is first date. So when I was in high school, I dated, like, 2 guys that lived a little farther from me, so that one guy and then another guy, and we didn't really have, our own like cars or our licenses or whatever, so basically it would be like our parents taking us somewhere. So I don't really consider that as an actual date. So the first time I actually went on a date where a guy actually picked me up from my house and he drove and stuff was when I was 18, I believe. I think it was 18 or 19, and I met this guy at a club, and we were just basically like friends. We just dated. We never were boyfriend and girlfriend, and we didn't really see each other as that. We just kind of dated, and yeah, so he basically just picked me up, and then we went, I think, to the movies and then out to eat. Or we went to the mall and movies and out to eat. So that was actually my first date where a guy actually picked me up, but he wasn't my boyfriend or anything like that. We're just friends. First love. So my first love was the guy I actually had my first kiss with, which wasn't good. I dated him when I was a sophomore. He was a freshman in high school, and then we broke up like beginning of my junior year and his sophomore year, and then we got back together towards the end of my senior year, so like around prom. I think it was like maybe May-ish. Maybe April or May, we got back together, and then we broke up in like September, going into my freshman year of freshman year of college. And I mean, it was like an on and off relationship. Like, he was my first love. He was the guy that lived like farther away from me. It's like 2 hours from where I live. And I mean, when we first dated, when I was a sophomore, we were young. We always depended on our parents to, let us see each other. And then we tried it again when, we could drive to each other and stuff. And it wasn't working. I mean, I put my all into the relationship. Like, when I'm with a guy, I put my all into it. And I cater just to them. But he was kind of into like his player mode, I would just say. Like, he kind of wanted to have me, but then he also wanted to have another girl, like where he lived, and I just didn't trust him. And I gave him multiple chances. Like, when we did earlier, he dumped me for a girl, and I was completely heartbroken. And then we tried again when we were a little bit older, and it just wasn't working out. And he broke up with me the day that he was supposed to see me. And I found out that exact day that he actually went on a date with another girl. So I was completely heartbroken. And yeah, he was my first love, and yeah, it kind of sucked, but I'm over it now, and I don't really even talk to him. He's like sometimes tries to get in contact with me, but I'm done with him. But if you guys kind of want like these kind of vlog videos, like talking about this stuff, I can get all into detail about it. Just let me know in the comments down below. Next question, first word. I don't even know what my first word was, but I'm pretty sure it was like dada or something easy like that. First pet. My first pet was when I was 20 years old, and I got my cat now. I got her when she was a kitten. Her name is Bella. She's made appearances in some of my videos, like my past videos, and I absolutely love her. She is 2 years old, and I got her when she was a little kitten. I've always wanted a kitten, and I was so glad that I finally got one. So yeah, that was my first pet. First phone, my first phone, I got it when I graduated 8th grade. It was a graduation gift from my dad, and it was just like a flip phone from AT&T. Nothing too fancy because I didn't really have fancy phones back then. But yeah, that was my first phone, and I loved it, and don't have it anymore because I think I like sold it or something like that. But that was my first phone. Now, like, kids are getting their first cell phones like at the youngest age, which I think is ridiculous. I think 8th grade, like graduating 8th grade, like going into high school, I think that's a perfect year to get like your cell phone. First CD, I think my first CD was either Spice Girls, Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, NSYNC, or Backstreet Boys. I don't exactly remember which one it was, but I'm pretty sure it was one of those because I was obsessed with all of them, and I love them. First fear. I don't know if this was my first fear, but as I can remember, a fear of mine was like death. I would always have like nightmares of like death, I guess. I just kind of remembered it, and I would always have to have my mom like lay with me until, I'm sorry, like my nose for some reason is really itchy. I would always have to have my mom like lay with me, until I fall asleep. This is really annoying. Until I fall asleep, and yeah, I just remember that. And then another fear was like kidnapping. Where my mom would be watching like, news and stuff on the TV. Always just kind of, since I would walk everywhere, like, walk to like school, and then before, drive, and I drove and stuff, I would walk, to not to my school, my mom would drop me off, but like, I would walk home and stuff from high school and then junior high and stuff. So it always kind of be like in the back of my mind, like the fear of like kidnappers and stuff like that. I don't know. It was just always a fear of mine. And still kind of think about it, but not as much. But those are like two of my fears that I had. Okay, now we're getting into like, I guess, YouTube and all that kind of stuff. This is first YouTube, or what was your first YouTube video? My first YouTube video was What's in My Purse video. I'm pretty sure that's a lot of people's first video here on YouTube, but that was my first YouTube video, and it's not up on my channel anymore because it was horrible, but yeah, that was my first video. First person you used to subscribe to on YouTube. First person. I don't know if she was, I remember watching Makeup by Lana Baby. And Candy Johnson, and Makeup by Lana Baby and Candy Johnson, I believe. Those are the two people, that I, like, watched all the time. I don't even remember who the first person I subscribed to, but it was probably one of those because I would always watch their videos. First text this morning. The first text this morning was from my boyfriend. Let me check to see what it said. It said, "Morning, the love of my life." So that was my first text from my boyfriend, and it was at 8:20 a.m. Okay, next question is first time wearing lipstick. My first time wearing lipstick, I started wearing makeup at a really not young age. I would say older than a lot of people. Probably nowadays, I started wearing it when I was 18. I think getting out of I would just wear foundation my senior year in high school, and then I started wearing it my freshman year of college. So that was pretty old, I think 18, 19 I would start wearing it. And then I never really liked lipstick. I more of liked lip balm and stuff, but then I tried it out and I fell in love with it, and I wear it ever since. My first lipstick was actually Rimmel London's Area Fairy, and I still have it and I absolutely love it. But that was when I first wore lipstick. I never really liked it or whatever, but then I gave it a try and I fell in love. The last question is first time you colored your hair. First time I colored my hair was when I was 17, I believe it was, 16 or 17. It was when I was 16 or 17 years old, for my 17th birthday. It was one of those. Yeah, it was my 17th birthday because the other one was my 16th. So it was for my 17th birthday. My mom got me and my sister our highlights, or our hair done, and it was highlights, and I got red highlights, and they were super, super bright, and it pretty much covered my whole entire hair, so it looked like I had red hair. I really liked it at the time, but now I look back at it, and I'm like, whoa, my hair was super bright red, it just took over my whole entire hair. And I would always just get highlights done. And I always kind of liked red back then, so I did that. And then when I actually dyed my whole entire hair was probably when I was 19. When I was probably 19, where I would go to Sally's and my sister would just dye it for me. But before, I would always just kind of get highlights in my hair and stuff. I never really dyed it completely, professionally done. I would just do it myself. And then now I kind of have ombre kind of going on, which I did by myself. I don't really pay a whole bunch of money because I can just do it myself. So yeah, that is basically my first time tag. I take everyone who is watching this. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you guys kind of got to know me on a whole different level. If you guys have any questions or anything, let me know in the comments down below. Other than that, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.